Hi, my name is Dr. Cassandra Page. I'm the Program Director for the Clinical Psychology Program here at Regent University's College of Health and Behavioral Sciences. My research team is the Academy of Minority Identity Development and Advocacy, or AMIDA for short. And what we tend to focus on are areas of social justice or injustice, as well as this component of advocacy, which is one of APA's competency benchmarks. We talk a lot about people who have diverse identities, who have marginalized identities, and how maybe those intersect and impact the way that they experience the world, the way that others might experience them. And we look for ways to kind of massage that experience a little bit and make it more palpable and doable for them. So I like to run the AMIDA kind of experience in multiple different ways. It has grown and morphed over the past several years. So what we tend to do is we meet twice a month. So the first time we meet is focused on didactics or learning or some area focus of research. Sometimes there are books that we read as well. And then the second meeting during the month really focuses on building that kind of community experience. So I have a couple student leaders facilitate mentorship with some of the younger students. There's a lot of how are you really doing, right? How are you doing in the program? What classes are difficult? What additional help do you need, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a little bit of research and then a little bit of checking in, to see kind of how you are as a human. With the research topics specifically that we have focused on over the past several years have been things like race relations with the police and how maybe that impacts people's experienced discrimination or perceived discrimination. We've also had a dissertation that looks at what are the influences of somebody's professional identity development who also happened to be a Black female psychologist pursuing education in a predominantly white institution. In addition to that, we have questions about kind of what factors help with retention when it comes to Hispanic students and what even helps them gain further educational attainment. So people who graduate from high school go on to get a bachelor's, master's, and even a doctorate. And so that's a current dissertation project that is also taking place. Lastly, one really big project that I'm encouraged by and hope to expand upon in the upcoming academic year is this project that one of our students has. It looks at mental health, but also the Black church and how that has been influential in helping its congregants kind of gain psychological stability, the history of the Black church, how that dates all the way, pre-colonialism and what it looks like now, and then how we as mental health providers can go alongside these clergymen and really help them to meet the needs of the congregation at hand. I'm also working on a book chapter that speaks directly to that. It helps pastors and ministers really figure out, okay, so like what is race, right? What is racism? What is discrimination? And how do I hop into these difficult conversations with individuals even when I myself don't feel fully equipped? So I've worked with a colleague who's up at Boston University just to give some kind of tips and tricks that are rooted in the gospel to really help these pastors figure out how to show up and serve the best way they know how. When it comes to clinical competency training for AMIDA, we particularly focus on this multicultural clinic that we developed a few years ago. So it focuses more on second-year students in their first practicum experience in the Psychological Services Center, but is also open to third and fourth year students and beyond. So I work with advanced standing students, typically third and fourth year, who help to provide peer supervision to students who are really interested in learning who am I, right? Who makes me who I am? And also, who are my clients, right? Who are they representing? And what is this kind of beautiful constellation that takes place when we're in the therapy room? How can I understand myself more? And then also understand them even more to make sure that treatment is individualized, it's unique, but is also effective for the presenting problems that they have. So that's the fall semester for Multicultural Clinic. And then the spring semester, there is a lot more focus really on kind of the clinical delivery and also case conceptualization. So understanding more of different ways to utilize treatment that they've learned in the program and individualize it to the client's presenting concerns, of course, but also their different identities, different diversity factors that they have. When it comes to involvement in AMIDA, there are a variety of different ways that students really get plugged in. So first year, a lot of times students get involved in the multicultural clinic. They don't have clients at that point in time, but they do get to sit down and really digest information that they learn in their multicultural class in the spring, and also get to learn from advanced standing students, so students that are currently working with clients. In addition to that, they get to hop onto different research projects that we have going on. So right now we're working with the law school, trying to assess the way that they teach diversity competence to their students, and then provide some feedback and then even additional trainings with that. There, students are able to get used to this kind of research process that we have in the program. So submitting paperwork, working on informed consent, working with the Human Subjects Research Committee, also known as the HSRC, and really getting familiar with that. So when they hop into those experiences their third year, they kind of know what's going on already. Second year students tend to go to conferences with me and present on a variety of topics that they're interested in. I really like to make sure that I run AMIDA so that it's student led. So they come in with ideas. I help them kind of blossom them a little bit, help them collaborate with each other, and then go and present at national conferences and get to discuss ideas with peers from all over the nation. And third and fourth year is really a big focus on dissertation projects, in addition to presenting, and sometimes even working on publications. So just recently submitted a publication with my current research assistant for the Journal of Psychology and Theology. In closing, I really just want you to feel excited about what it is that I'm talking about, what it is that my other faculty have shared with you, and the little video clips you're able to see. I know sometimes it can feel very daunting or even overwhelming and intimidating to see this research team that's maybe focused on this area of competence that feels more nuanced, maybe very new to you, right? Maybe scary in some ways. But I do want to encourage you that I have all the students on the team are coming in from various points in their lives. Some come in with just questions, right? What is multiculturalism? What does that look like? What is diversity? And others have fully formed definitions to these terms that then get challenged kind of along the way. So I hope that is exciting to you. I hope that's something that is interesting to you, and perhaps an area that you would like to grow and develop in more as you become a student in our program.